Good afternoon. Well, it's almost evening. It is evening because it's 5 o'clock. Of course, we meet here every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Yeah, 6. Right. So good evening and welcome to today's session. Just to go through what we go through every single session, a bit of housekeeping. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your phone, scan the QR code. Or if your phone does not have a camera like Sirs doesn't, feel free to go to slido.com and type in #34230108. Now, once you've done that, make sure you change your profile name, put your first name and your first name only and your primary school. Okay, so for example, my name would be Apple and I am from John Kennedy's primary school. That's it. So your very first message for today, your very first task as soon as you join, not only do you get to say hello to myself and Sir, I want you to all tell me what today's session is going to be about. Is it going to be PE? Is it going to be geography? Is it history? Or is it something else? Okay, so I'll give you 10 seconds while Sir and I get our QR codes going. I'm going to scan mine through. Yep. Change my name. Yep.
Oh, we've got some stuff on here, miss. We've got highs and hellos and welcomes. That's nice. That's right. Isla from Belmont Academy says music. And Michael Timbercroft says music. Nice.
So I told you they're always on it this year, 6 this year. They are so enthusiastic. You're going to love the energy. You are going to love it. Okay, year 6, now that you've done that, we have some celebrations to go through before I hand you over to Sir, who's going to be doing your music session for today. We're going to start off with celebrating you. So some of you have actually submitted your artwork from last week, the work you did with Miss Prescott, and we're going to showcase a couple of them. Oh, by the way, yes, Mr. Muse is not here today. I'm just sitting in for him. Okay, so he's going to be here next week. So this is what Mr. Muse has put on there. So Elizabeth, well done. This is your piece of work. I wonder what 1907, what that number meant, meant to you. Like, it would be so nice. It's your favorite number. Why 19.07?
Is that her birthday? Is that the 19th of July, miss, do you think?
That might make quite
an
sense
abstract
there.
Quite an abstract piece. I like that.
Yeah, I love it. So art obviously being your favorite subject, love a bit of food. I can see you're a foodie. It's a lot about you. Your favorite letters. Okay. Hobbies, you like some art, basketball. What's the one over there in that little corner, sir? Can you see it? Is it like a smiley emoji face with a flag? No.
No, I can't see.
That's a hard one. But anyways, we know you like basketball. We know you love a bit of painting. We can see your favorite animals, a cat and a giraffe. That must be a giraffe, right, sir?
Yeah, or a horse.
Or a horse. Horse. Right, Elizabeth, if you're in here today, you've got to tell us. And just, I know art is down to the person who's actually observing the piece of art, but you can tell us exactly what you intended for your viewers to pick up. Right, the next piece is going to be a piece from Heidi. This is super, super colorful. I love how you've all taken your interpretation of what Miss wanted you to do. This is amazing. Very colorful. So well done. Obviously, that's Heidi from Northumberland. Well done to you. And the next piece is from Isla. Wow. Once again, very, very different, very unique. There's a lot of 2s in that little corner, sir. Does that mean 2 is her favorite number?
I don't know. I could see some ballet shoes there, I think, on the left-hand side of the screen.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, some great stuff in there.
Is that a penguin? Wow. Oh, she must like chemistry, sir. I recognize that as a chemist. Yeah. Conical flask and a test tube. So 2s and I's. I guess the I's from Isla. Yeah. Maybe she likes 2 of everything. 2 pairs of ballet shoes.
Isla, I think Isla's on there, isn't it? Is this Isla from Belmont Academy? No, that's okay.
So Isla, we don't know what school Isla is from yet. Isla, if this is your piece of work, please claim it so we know.
It's upside down. She's saying it's upside down. Can you? Oh, so it's been put onto the screen upside down, miss.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, but it
Oh
is
yeah,
a bunch.
I can see it. Yeah, it's from Belmont. Okay, I can see it. I can see
Yeah,
it's from Belmont.
that's cool. Sorry, Isla. Sorry, Isla. Are the twos? Is that to do with tutu, as in ballet? What you wear? I don't know. I'm
Oh,
just.
that's so clever. I
I'm not
can see
sure.
that now. Of
I'm not
course,
sure.
ballet shoes, tutus.
I don't know. Who knows? What's a two?
Yes.
What's a tutus? But there's triple twos. I don't know. But nice, very colourful. Though. I like that.
Please, Isla, you've got to tell us, tell us, tell us. And then the next one is from Address. And Address is from Crook Lock. Yes, I can see pizza. You are going to love BA because literally pizza is one of the most like we have pizza slices every day, right? Because a
Yes,
lot of
okay.
young people do love it. We do
Pepperoni
have
slice.
healthy food as well and healthy snacks, by the way. So please don't think it's just, you know, unhealthy stuff. But yeah, there's pizza slices.
Healthy pizza. Yeah,
Is that a
Isla says yes.
camera?
Two twos. Isla says yes. They were the twos were about 2-2. Yes, it's all good. But yeah,
That's
healthy
very
pizza.
clever.
Guys.
I like that.
So what have we got? What else have we got on there? Is that what are
A
those?
bit
What
of
is it?
Sonic.
Knuckles? Does it say Knuckles?
Yeah. Is
Knuckles.
Knuckles a character? In
Well, I know a Knuckles from a musical called Bugsy Malone, but I don't. Yeah, Knuckles. And that could be their name of their pet, couldn't it?
be.
Could be.
Could be.
So
I
this is
kind of like how you've got your page with your eye and then your favorite things, but on the left hand side, literally you then expand that to other things because you've carried on to another page, haven't you? So it almost feels like it looks like, you know, a third of that page or 1/3 is literally.
Is it someone dancing? Is that someone moving or dancing or doing gymnastics or something? On the left hand side, underneath Knuckles, what's that? What's the drawing underneath Knuckles?
I don't know. It looks like a mesh. I can see there looks like Sonic. I can see Sonic's eye.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like Sonic, and they've got pizza dripping with cheese, and they've got photography. Is that are they cameras?
Looks like it.
So they really like photography.
Yeah.
There's a game station console there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like Xbox to me, but I could be wrong.
A bit of footy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. This is amazing.
It is awesome.
Okay. And then we have got the last one to celebrate is a piece from Michael. Now, in that lesson, for those of you that were not in the lesson last week, what Miss did was she then ended the lesson by saying, what we will do in lesson is at that point, once you finish your piece for the day, you will then write a review about your artwork. So that way you're evaluating what you've put together. Okay. And here's what Michael went off and said. Michael, are you in the session today? So if you see Michael on there, Michael, right. So Michael, we're going to shout you out because you took your work that extra mile. So well done. Michael writes to say, I think by using a range of different colors in my artwork, it helps. It helps it to stand out. He is perfect. Yeah. It helps it to stand out and grabs people's attention. So they would want to stop and have a look at it. See, you're already thinking about your work being, you know, put in an exhibition. That's amazing. I like how my picture turned out because it contains some of my favorite things and tells others what sort of person I am. That is true. We can see you love numbers. You like sitting and watching TV or being in front of a TV screen. So I'm not sure what's that on the top left-hand corner where Michael's name is.
Yeah, difficult to say. They look like it looks like grass with something on it. I don't know. I don't know. I could be.
Oh yeah, there's somebody resting on there.
Who is there?
It looks like a person at that very top. Michael, if you're there, you've got to expand this. And what would the be? Is that person
indecisive? Is it indecisive?
Oh, you're thinking. You
go to a restaurant and you have to choose a main meal. You're not really sure.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Yeah, loving it. Loving that.
I found this task fun because I often do drawing at home to put them up in my bedroom wall. My picture could be improved, exactly what Miss said. So you then talk about what could you do to improve your artwork. Right. And Michael goes to say, my picture could be improved by finding an image of a red panda. Ooh, red panda. Is that the red panda there? To have to have a more of an idea of what they look like and add more detail. Okay, next time I would like to add a range of different tones from light to dark. Once again, you literally incorporated those art keywords that Miss actually talked about. So super, super impressive. So let's all put our hands together for all the art pieces that we've seen. And Michael, well done for taking your work that extra mile. So let's put our hands together. Let's see those claps coming through.
Nice, guys.
Okay. Without further ado, I'm going to pass you over to Mr. Yates, who's going to be delivering your session for today. I'm going to be in the background, so if you need any sort of input, if you want me to mention something that Sarah said, just write in the chat and I'll raise my hand up to Sarah, and Sarah would know for me to read it. And if Sarah wanted to read something out, Sarah will let me know as well. Okay, year 6, have fun with your music. Over to you, Sarah.
Okay, welcome, guys. So I'm Mr. Yates. I'm head of music at Bexley Academy, and there's also another teacher at the school as well. The teacher is Mrs. Yates. And what we are going to be going through this afternoon, this evening, as it's this evening, is what instruments you'll be learning while you're in year 7 at BA. Now, the first thing I want to ask on the Slido is, do any of you play any musical instruments, or do any of you sing? So can you just write on the Slido if you sing or play an instrument? It doesn't matter to what level or how long you've been playing, doesn't matter. Just, do you play? Okay, so it might be the recorder, it might be the guitar, you might like to sing, you might sing musicals, you might to sing Adele or that kind of thing. So I'm just going to have a quick look just to see if we've got any response to that. Oh, there we go. Let's have a quick look. So we have, we've got lots of hand clapping there. That was for the people's artwork. Hi, Isla is okay. Recorder from Michael Timbercroft. Nice, nice, Michael. Recorder, lovely. Recorder and keyboard from Isla. Excellent stuff. If you guys could pop in there now that you've done that, how long you've been playing. And then we've got some more. I've got guitar from Ruby and Grace. Fantastic. What sort of guitar do you play, Ruby and Grace? Do you play rock guitar? Do you play classical guitar? What sort of music do you like to play on your guitar? What sort of songs do you like to learn? Oh, I can also play the flute. Nice. How long have you been playing the flute? That's a lovely instrument, the flute. Okay, and then we've got, you could sing and play piano as well. That's Kenya. Is that how you say your name, Kenya? Really, really cool. Piano, flute, singing, nice. Excellent. Ukulele for Molly Brooks. Get in there, Molly. Here is a ukulele. Molly plays ukulele, which is nice. Yeah, she plays ukulele. Again, how long have you been playing? What sort of things you like to play? 3 years. Okay. Now, Kenya, am I saying your name right? Kenya. I mean, I know we can't spend too long getting names right, but you know what? I hope I am. You've been, wow, that is awesome. 2 years probably from Michael on his recorder. Deborah can sing. And that's the thing, we can all sing. We just get a little bit worried about singing in front of people sometimes, don't we? Because a little bit, but you know what? It's just confidence, guys. Say that. But, you know, we build that up during our time in music and drama. Normal guitar, I used to play when I was younger. And I sort of remember how to play. I love singing and learned violin in school. Cool. Do you know what? Violin was the first instrument I learned at school as well. When it was like primary school. Nice. Thank you, Isla. A couple of years on recorder, a bit less on the keyboard. Nice. Excellent, you guys. Right. Thank you very much for your feedback. Now, the thing is, right, it doesn't matter if you've never played an instrument before coming into music. There's going to be lots of lessons that you go to, or lots of subjects you might start for the very first time. And there'll be lots of different sports in PE that you might not have done before. Okay. So it's absolutely fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look at the type of things you're going to be doing in year 7. So Miss, if you can show me the first slide, which should be our djembe drum. There it is, the djembe. Now, djembe drums, does anyone want to put on Slido where they think these instruments come from? You could put a continent, or you could be a little bit more specific, which means give me a particular country that might use these drums. Should we do that? Let's have a little look. So we've got no one yet. Africa. Okay, so Africa, excellent. So Africa is one of the continents in the world, isn't it? And it's massive. It's so big. You could put all of Europe in there. You could put all of the United States in there, all of China in there, and Alaska, and still have land left over. You can put all those in there and still have land left over in Africa. So it's massive. So these particular drums are from, let's just see if anyone's put that in there. Okay, so these, okay, so we've got South Africa, okay, Guinea. Right, so these ones are from Ivory Coast. and Ghana, around that area. So West Africa, Senegal, around that sort of area there. Okay, so the djembe drum, you're going to learn to play in year 7. It's the first thing that you will learn when you come into BA. So Miss, if you could play a little bit of the video so they get a taste of what it sounds like, please. Excellent. So that is the djembe, and we have different size djembes, and you're going to be learning those in year 7. We're going to be learning in a big circle, and we're going to be playing together as a class, and we'll divide the class into like sections, into 3 sections. We'll be playing different rhythms all at the same time, and we call that polyrhythmic music. Okay, so we're going to be learning the djembe by ear, not with any sheets and bits of paper, just by ear, just like you would learn it in Ghana or Ivory Coast or Senegal. And we're going to be learning the techniques on that drum and playing together, which is really exciting. So that's the djembe. Okay, next slide, Miss, please. Yeah. Next slide, Miss. Next slide, Miss. Yeah. There we are. I love it. Thanks, Miss. Thank you. See, me and Miss are working as a team, and that's exactly what you'll be doing in music most of the time. So now we have, this one looks a bit strange. So in year 7, you will learn how to use a digital audio workstation. What is that? A digital audio workstation? So what that is something that you would use on a computer, and people use these to make podcasts where they want to, where they talk about stuff, and then they want to edit what they've said. So they might want to take out some ums and ers. They might want to take some pauses out, and they can digitally remove bits that they don't want. Like a journalist might use this. So they might interview someone like Jurgen Klopp, or a famous singer, or an actor, or someone who's written a book, like an author. And as they interview them, they record their voice, they take it onto this computer, and then they think, right, I need to take some bits out that aren't that really interesting. Okay, so we can use it for podcasts, but more importantly, in music, we can use it to make music. Okay, so as you can see on the screen there, you can see different colored rectangles. They're called regions. And every one of those is a musical sound that you can either record using your voice, using a microphone, or using a keyboard into the computer, or you can even play guitars and things and record your flute or your recorders or your guitars or your pianos, all that kind of stuff. And you can make music on a computer. Okay, so that's the second thing we'll do in year 7. Next slide, please, Miss. Thank you. Okay, so I know some of you already know how to play the piano, do a bit of keyboard work. So we are going to be doing some keyboard skills. So the first thing that we're going to be doing in year 7 is learning where the notes are. So you're going to learn to play some pieces of music by some of the great composers like Ed Sheeran, the Beatles, Mozart, Beethoven, Stevie Wonder, lots and lots of different people from musical history. But the idea is that we teach you how to find the notes on the keyboard and how to read the music or interpret the music so that you can learn anything you want. You see, we want you to be able to eventually learn anything you want to learn yourself. So, Miss, if you want to play a bit of Shape of You for me. 2 hands on the keyboard. Different fingers playing different notes. This piece is quite good. Thank you very much, Miss. So just give you an example so you don't get too scared. You can see my piano behind me, just there, here. For example, the first thing you'll do is you'll learn how to play just the right hand part, which is very repetitive, okay, like this. And it keeps repeating. And there's the left hand playing now. Yeah, so you'll be learning to play one hand at a time, just making sure you're using the right fingers. And it's a little bit tricky, okay, but it's just practice. It's just practice, and eventually your fingers get used to being independent of one another. Because most of the time we pick things up like drink bottles, like this, using all our fingers, but you're going to learn to separate these things. Yeah, excellent. So that's the keyboard. You'll be doing some keyboard skills in year 7 as well. Next slide, Miss, please. Next slide, Miss. That's our keyboard. Okay, now we had a few of you say that you play the ukulele. There's my ukulele here. There's my ukulele. It's got 4 strings. Yeah, and those strings are G, C, E, A. We say good children eat apples, so try and remember that. And we first of all in year 7 learn chords. Yeah. When you're walking around town with a girl I love, it's like forget you. Yes, and we're going to be singing as well as playing the ukulele. Okay, so year 7 we'll be playing ukulele and singing, but learning about chords and strumming patterns. That's where you strum your fingers down the ukulele and up. So this is the downstroke. This is an upstroke. Okay, and then you'll also learn some tunes where we pick the strings. Let's have a look at this guy playing a nice little tune for you. Miss, if you could play the video for me, that'd be great. This is All of Me by John Legend. You can see that he's putting his fingers on the fretboard to play chords.
What would I do without your smiling mouth? Drowning me in and you kicking me out.
Yes.
Got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on?
Nice. So there you can see those grids at the bottom of the screen, which represent the strings. And then there's these little red circles that represent the fingertips and where your fingertips go on the strings. And you create these patterns, you see, these shapes. And when you strum the strings, different shapes or chords give you different sounds. Some chords sound happy, some chords sound sad. Yeah, and that is, we're going to be learning ukulele in year 7 too. How nice. Okay, Miss, if you'd like to go forward one more time. Okay, and now we've got to our little activity. Now, obviously, because we've all got different instruments at home, or some of us haven't got any instruments at all, okay? We've just got our voices. It's difficult to do any music over the camera in this way, but I wanted to do a nice musical activity with you that was a little bit fun. So we're going to do a musical instrument quiz. So if you can locate your worksheet, okay, and you should have a list of numbers on the left-hand side, and then you need to tell me which instrument. So question 1, you need to tell me which instrument you can hear. Okay, so if you play the video for me, Miss, there we go. There's the worksheet. There we are. Brilliant. So you've got question 1. Type the name of the instrument you hear below, and you'll see the instruments on the screen when you hear it. Okay, so if we play the first video, Miss. And then in the yellow box there, guys, you're going to write the name of the instrument you think you can hear. Here we go. Question 1. So we're going to hear that instrument again. And you need to write either piccolo, flute, clarinet, oboe, bassoon, or recorder. Let's listen one more time. Here it comes. And we pause it there. And then thank you. Okay. So on your Slido then, tell me what you think it was. Was it piccolo? Was it B, flute, C, clarinet, D, oboe, E, bassoon? What do we think, guys? What do we think? Now, these are all instruments from the woodwind family. The reason for that is because all of those instruments have a little piece of wood in the mouthpiece, apart from the flute. But the flute used to be made of wood. Now they're made out of metal, like the one in the picture. Okay, so these instruments are all woodwind. Okay, let's have a little look what we got on here. We have got the flute from Molly Brooks. We've got flute from Isla, and she put B as well, the letter. Thank you, Isla. You're completely on this. Martin thinks E, the bassoon. Now, the bassoon is very low in pitch. And that's the reason why it's got the word bass in it, because anything that's bassy is low. Okay, so well done, guys, if you got that right. Let's listen to question 2, Miss, please. Mysterious. If we pause it there.
3.
Oh. Okay, so if we go back to question 2, we had string instruments. Okay, they are another family of instruments. We have brass, woodwind, strings, and percussion. So thanks, miss. Thank you. So we've got A, harp, B, acoustic guitar, C, electric guitar, D, bass guitar, E, sitar, which you'll find in India, and F, banjo. So which one do you think? And once you've put that on your worksheet, put it in Slido, guys. Put it in Slido. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Okay, so we've got harp from Isla. She is on it. You are on fire, Isla. On fire, Isla, on fire. I like that. Even rhymes. Nice. You see what I did there? We've got Michael, a harp. Nice. Amanda sings a lot. That's great, Amanda. But I want to know, which is what we just heard. But nice, Amanda. I'm looking forward to you guys playing and singing when you come here. Yeah, we've got bands in all the year groups. Rock bands that play in assemblies at the end of each term. It's going to be cool. Molly Brooks, I think that's a harp. You're absolutely right. Because the answer is harp, guys. We had flute for question 1 and harp for question 2. Well done if you wrote down a harp. Well done, guys. Okay, Miss number 3.
Question 3.
Nice. Nice. Oh, whoa. Pause it there. Thank you, miss. So that was a song by George Michael called Careless Whisper, a great hit from the 1980s. Yeah. And one of those instruments there from the woodwind family played that solo. Had some drums in the background and some other instruments, but one of those instruments played the solo. Which one do you think it was? A, piccolo, B, flute, C, clarinet, D, oboe, E, bassoon, or F, saxophone? Now, you might look at the saxophone and say, hang on a minute, that looks like it's made of brass. It is made of brass, but it's not part of the brass family because it's got wood in the mouthpiece. It has a mouthpiece basically from a clarinet. That's how it was kind of invented by a guy called Adolphe Sax. He was a Belgian inventor, and he invented it in about 1856, something like that. And he used a clarinet mouthpiece on the instrument that he made. Yes, and he named it after himself. Saxophone, Adolphe Sax. Nice, isn't it? Let's have a look on Slido. We have got, we have got saxophone. Deborah was saxophone. Nice one, Deborah. We've got a guest on that one from Molly. That's okay. That's fine. Never leave an answer blank, guys. Saxophone from Isla. We said she was on fire. Okay. Molly Brooks, I'm pretty sure that's a saxophone. And Chris reckons F, saxophone. Guys, you're all right. You're well on it. You know your saxophones. Do you know there are 4 types? I'm putting my hand in the wrong. There you go. There are 4 types of saxophone, guys. The one that's on the picture there is an alto sax. The one you listen to in the recording is called a tenor sax. It's slightly lower in pitch. Then there's a baritone sax that you sometimes hear in music. And there's the soprano sax, which is the highest saxophones of all. Yeah, the soprano saxophone. I've got one of those, but I can't show you it today because it's at home. Anyway, let's move on to question 4. Keep up the good work, guys. This is going well. Question 4, please, miss. Hello, miss. I think miss. Thank you, miss. Question 4. Strings again, guys. Yeah. Okay. Wilton Kitten. Pause it there. Thank you, miss. So that was strings. Okay, so we've had question 4 and 5 there, guys. Sorry about that. So question 4, what instrument was it? And then question 5, what instrument was it? So they were both from the string family. Off you go. Let's see what we got on Slido. Oh, we got banjo from Isla, F. Yeah, that rootin' tootin'. Yeah, that was banjo. And that was a piece of music called bluegrass, which is a type of folk music from America. Yeah, and they don't have any electronic instruments at all in bluegrass music. It's all violins, banjos, acoustic guitars, steel guitars, double basses. Really, really cool. And then the second clip was another string instrument, but it was, let's have a look what people put, electric guitar. Nice. Isla is on fire again. And we've got Michael, excellent. Michael, well done. C, electric guitar. William Bannockburn, love that. Famous battle at Bannockburn between the Scots and the English. I'm married to a Scots lady. That's why I know about these things. Deborah from Bedenwell, F Banjo. Yeah, you guys are on fire. I'm very impressed with your knowledge of musical instruments, not just what they look like, but what they sound like, because that's the most important thing. Thank you, miss. Let's go on to question 6. It's a great quiz.
Question 6.
Percussion instruments. Thank you, miss. We put it there. So question 6, you got to look at snare drum, bass drum, timpani. There's lots of different ones there. And you would have heard this drum quite a lot during the King's coronation as the marching bands were marching, if you watched any of that. They sometimes call it a side drum, but you'll find it on a drum kit, and it begins with S. It's got that sound. Yeah. And that is called, let's have a look. Probably the trickiest one we've had so far, guys. We've got, okay, it's a bit tricky, wasn't it? Snare drum, yeah. Isla is on fire. She's there. Our anonymous person is snare drum. Molly Brooks is on it. Molly Brooks must read books because she's on it. And Deborah is cleverer because she has got snare drum as well. And Chris from Pelham says ace. Chris, awesome, guys. You're all awesome. You all got it right. I'm well impressed with this. Well impressed. Okay, miss, it's time to go on to the next question. Question 7, we're back to woodwind. We're back to woodwind, miss. Oh. Now that is very high pitch, isn't it? Pause it there, thanks, miss. Okay, we'll pause that one there. So question 7, what do we reckon? A piccolo, B flute, C clarinet, D oboe, E bassoon, or F recorder? And I'm on this Slido thing. I love this Slido, miss. This is great. We got recorder from Molly. Nice. Piccolo from Michael Timbercroft. Michael, you are right. It is the piccolo. Some people think it's a flute, but it actually plays an octave higher than the flute. It's higher in pitch, but often flute players often play the piccolo in orchestras. They play both because you play them in a very similar way. Piccolo's a little bit smaller. Sometimes they're called fifes. So sometimes they're called fifes because sometimes musical instruments have 2 names, like the violin is called a fiddle, for example. Nice. Yeah, guys, I'm well impressed with this. I thought we'd catch you out there. I thought we'd catch you out. Tommy's there with piccolo. Tommy from, yeah, this is awesome. Nice. Nice. Okay, guys, we're going to move on to question 8, please, miss. The piccolo, by the way. We'll let that finish. Should be there now. There you are. Here comes question 8. No. Thank you, Piccolo. Is it question 8 now?
Question
yes,
8.
It is. Back to scripts. This is low. This is low. Now the clue is the answer.
Question 9.
Pause it there. Thank you, miss. So which of those string instruments you think that was? La 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 la. I can't even get that bottom note. No. Okay. Let's have a look at Slido. Here we are. We've got Isla on fire, bass guitar. Tommy, bass guitar. Get in there, Tommy. You were the first with that one. We've got Deborah, bass guitar. Molly, I play ukulele and it's not that hard. Okay. I love that. I love it when people start to say, that's cool. Now, when we say it's not hard, it depends if you're playing an easy piece. An easy piece, like some chords. That's quite nice, yeah? But sometimes you can make strumming patterns really difficult like this. That's quite hard. We'll get rid of that. Don't worry about that. So it can be difficult. And Molly will take you from wherever you are, wherever standard you're at, will get you even better to a higher level of ukulele playing. Yeah? Well, you become a ukulele master. Nice. Okay, guys, carrying on with the quiz. Carrying on the quiz. Oh. Okay, question 9. This is going to play a lot of the King's coronation as well. Nice. Pause it there. Thanks, miss. So we'll go back to the question before, and we'll just quickly say that was a bass guitar, and you're absolutely right. You all got that because it's very low in pitch. Okay, now we've got quite a number of you saying French horn, trombone from Deborah, French horn from Tommy and Martin, and from Michael Timbercroft. This is the first one that's caught you out, guys. Now, the French horn, of course, is a brass instrument. So is the trombone, so is the tuba. But that instrument was very bright and pingy, and it was fairly high-pitched. Now, a French horn is fairly high-pitched, but it's more of a mellow, softer sound. The trumpet is much brighter and punchier, which is why we use them when we bring in royalty into a room, like the king or someone regal, because trumpets are bright and they're powerful and loud. Guys, so that was the trumpet. Moving on with the quiz, miss, please. Question 10, percussion.
10.
Now, I'm doing the action of this instrument. Nice. We pause it there. Thanks, miss. So we've got A snare drum, B cymbals, C maracas, D triangle, E tambourine, F woodblock. Didn't sound like a piece of wood to me. No. Did it sound like cymbals? No. Did it sound like maracas? I think you all know this instrument. Let's check out Slido because I played this when I was at primary school sometimes. Yes, you go. Oh. Someone wrote saxophone. The saxophone's not even a choice there, guys, but that's okay. I like the way you're joining in and just giving it your best shot. French horn. Okay, tambourine, maracas, tambourine, maracas. Okay, maracas are more of a... Maracas are filled with either dried peas or rice, and then it hits the sides of the maracas and makes that sound. What we heard was a tambourine. So when you shake the tambourine, those little tiny little metal cymbals, those little discs of metal, they clatter together and they create that shaky tambourine sound. Okay, question 11, please, miss. So if you go to the bottom of the video, miss, it should have the play sign, I think.
Question 11.
Here we are, question 11. Miss, will it not play?
Question 12.
Okay. I can't hear anything. Okay. Okay, guys, you do question 12. I don't think I can hear anything at the moment. That's okay. Okay, what have we got here? Violin. Okay. I don't know what's happening. I can't even think. It's my board turned off, miss, so I can't hear anything at the moment. It's just coming back on now. It's coming back on. Okay, take it away, miss. Try question 12 for me one more time. There we go. Well, woodwind, guys. Question 12, woodwind. Was it there? Thank you, miss. That is a what, guys? What do you think that was? A piccolo, B flute, C clarinet, D oboe, E bassoon, S of F saxophone. Okay. Now, a lot of my students find this one difficult. It has a very thin, quite nasally sound. It looks like a clarinet because it's black and cylindrical, and you play it going downwards. But the clarinet has a much rounder sound, and the oboe has a much more nasally sound. And that's how we distinguish, that means tell the difference between different sounds, is by the type of sound it makes. So how it's played, and then the sound, it's what we call tone quality or timbre. Okay, so let's have a look. I've given you a bit of a clue by saying it's really not a clarinet, but it's like one. And we've got oboe. Yes, we've got oboe from Molle, and we've got saxophone again. It's not a saxophone so much like a larger sound. Yeah, the oboe can sound quite sad, you know. When it's used in music, it tends to play quite sad tunes. It really does. Particularly in film music, it tends to get the sad moments in films. And when you watching a film, you listen to the music. Okay, oboe it was. Question 13, miss. We're nearly at the end of our quiz. Question 13. The oboe. It's quite high and thick as well, isn't it? Okay, here comes question, the next one, 13. Keep playing it, miss. Keep playing it. Nice. Okay, 13. Percussion. If you can pause it there, please, miss. Wonderful. Thank you, miss. So these instruments all look very similar, and they look a bit like the way a piano is set up. So the white keys are at the bottom, and then higher up are where your black keys would be on a piano. Except on these instruments, the top two instruments, the xylophone, marimba, are made of wood, and then the bottom two instruments are metal is used. Okay, so first of all, you have to ask yourself, do you think that's a wooden sound or a metallic sound? Metallic, meaning metal. And then you've got to try and think, okay, if it's a wooden sound, is it a xylophone or marimba, which is quite tricky, or is it a glockenspiel or vibraphone? So put your answers onto the Slido, you guys. Slido, what have we got? We got xylophone, and that person, anonymous, you are correct. It is xylophone, and Chris from Pelham has said A, Molly has said A. Well done, you guys. Marimbas sound a little bit the same, but a lot louder and have a deeper, rounder sound, okay? Well done, you guys, for that one. And miss, let's go on to our next question. We're nearly there. 14 is the next question. If we press play. Thank you, miss. We'll just let this play out. Nice. So here comes question 14. Percussion again. Sounds like thunder. Pause it there, please. Okay, guys, check out the options. Is it A, snare drum, B, cajon, which is a Spanish instrument, which you sit on and you tap, it's a wooden box, C, bongos, D, timpani, or E, bass drum? Let's have a look at Slido. The tunes are hurting my head. I'm sorry, Molly. I'm sorry that the tunes are hurting your head. It might be the sound quality can sometimes not be very good online. Well, actually, it isn't. It isn't good online. I'm not going to lie to you, Molly. But well done for hanging in there and persevering. Martin Barbosa, you have said bass drum, and you are correct, my friend. You are correct. It is bass drum. And you find bass drums on drum kits. They're right at the front, the big one at the front, and they put drums on top and cymbals all around. But the bass drum is an instrument in its own right. So let's go now fourth. Yeah, we've got some bass drums coming in now. Lovely. Let's go fourth, miss, to our last question, which is question 15, please, miss. Don't worry, that's still the bass drum, guys. Don't worry, that's still the bass drum. Tobias, keep in there, Tobias.
15.
It's 15. Oh. Okay, Mr. Want to pause it there for me? Okay, guys. So these are keyboard instruments. Thank you, miss. We've got accordion. Now, I have one of them under here, right? And you squeeze it in and out to create air, and then it plays music. And you use a keyboard on the side of it and some buttons on the other side. Then we have a synthesizer, which is an electronic sound, where you make sounds using electronics. Synthetic means man-made, right? So that the sounds are made up. Yeah. So that if you use a synthesizer, you can make some really cool sounds. Get a lot of synthesizers in 70s disco music, and lots of early computer game music was all synthesized. Yeah. And then we've got C, piano, which I played to you earlier, and D, church organ. Look at how we've got on this last question of a lovely quiz with you guys. We've got Chris. He says D, church organ. We have Molly with church organ. We have Isla Belmont. Isla is on fire because she's right, because she's put synthesizer. It is synthesizer, electronic stuff. Guys, you've been awesome. You've been awesome with this quiz. So that brings us to the end of our quiz, but we're now going to do our checkout. So, miss, if you'd like to go further into our next slide, so slide 13.
Question 1.
Slide 13, there we are. and it's checkout time. So what I need you to do is open up your checkout, okay? And a checkout is what you do. I'm sure you've been told this in all your other workshops, is what we do at the end of every lesson to check that we've understood the learning. And then if we don't, then we can correct those little misunderstandings, okay? So we're going to do a checkout, and we're going to see if we can answer some questions on the instruments that we're going to be learning at school in year 7, and also on some of the instruments and what family they belong to, okay? So it's checkout time. I'll play a little bit of music. Checkout time.
Okay, sir, all I'm doing right now is I'm just going through and just reminding you all how to get to your checkout. So I'm just going backwards again. I don't want to go there. Perfect. You go to school's website and you go to Academy Live, and then you go to Year 8 transition. And here's all the ones that we've covered so far. We've come down, looking for music. Music is there. And then we go and click. Obviously, you've clicked your worksheet. Remember with the worksheet, for you to actually access the worksheet, what you need to do is you need to download it and then be able to edit it. Okay, so you've all done that. If you haven't done so, that's fine. You will be sending your answers through to Sir. If you completed the worksheet, do email it out to Sir, please. I'll give you Sir's email at the end also. So go to checkout, and then here are your questions. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't need to go here. Yeah. Where it says record your email, always tick on that, because in most cases we can then work out your name.
That's it.
Once you're done, you can then hit submit, and then what Sel will do is Sel will then share that with Mr. Mills and I, and then we can work out who's got full marks and so on and so forth. Then we can celebrate you in the session next week. Okay. Let's come back.
Awesome. So Isla says she needs permission again for the checkout. I'm
not sure why it keeps saying that, sir.
Yeah.
So is it open so that people from outside of the academy can access it?
Isla, were you able to open your worksheet? Isla on fire? Are you there? Were you able to open your worksheet for the quiz? Because what you could do, if you wanted to, is to continue the worksheet and just write your answers on there.
Good idea.
So the first question is, what do I learn in music in year 7 at Bexley Heath Academy? And they've got 5 choices: the djembe drumming, the keyboard, the ukulele, the banjo, the bagpipes. Okay. Now, if you went to school in Dundee, my auntie lives up there, the children learn the bagpipes, being the national instrument of Scotland, but we don't do the bagpipes here. I have some Irish pipes you could have a look at. I'm sure you like those. But which ones do we use? Which ones are we going to be using in year 7 at Bexley Academy? Djembe drumming, the keyboard, ukulele, banjo, bagpipes. Okay. So,
sir, just to confirm, what you're saying is they can actually just continue working on their worksheet. So question 1, write your answer for question 1, question 2, and so on and so forth. So when they submit their work, you can then see the checkout questions.
Yeah, can they see the checkout questions on the?
So
on
it's
the
actually on the screen. Yeah.
There we go. So that's the first question. So write down. It's 3 of those 5 things, guys. 3 of those 5 things. So you could say options 1, 2, and 3 if you wanted, or you could write djembe drumming and so forth. Okay, so that's an example of what you could do. Question 2, identify. That means pick out the 4 instrumental families that we learnt about. So brass, percussion, shakers, strings, woodwind. If you wanted to, you could do the odd one out. Which one isn't a musical family? This is for you guys, of course, that can't open the... Molly Brooks has put ukulele. She loves the ukulele. So which of the 4 instrumental families did we look at in that quiz? You could put the first letter of each one. Yeah. Okay. From which family is the cello, brass, percussion, strings, or woodwind? So Molly Brooks, you've put ukulele, banjo, keyboard. Molly, unfortunately, we don't learn the banjo, okay? we djembe drum. We would djembe drum. Remember the guy at the beginning playing that drum? We'd be djembe drumming, ukuleleing, and keyboarding. Yes. And singing. Yes. And some technology. Oh, Molly says, yes, I do love the ukulele. I do too. Look, I'm even cuddling mine. Look, I love the ukulele too. Yes. Okay. So the next question then is, from which family is the flute? Which was our first instrument, wasn't it, in our quiz that we listened to? Is it brass, percussion, strings, or woodwind? Again, just write, if you think it's brass, write B. If you think it's percussion, write P. You could do that. And then we have, from which family is the banjo? Brass, B for brass, P for percussions, S for strings, and W for woodwind. From which family is the tambourine? Which caught a lot of you out, actually. I think you thought they were maracas. Brass, percussion, strings, and woodwind again. And from which family is the trumpet? I think that was the one question you all thought was French horn. That was the one that caught you out a bit. Is that the last one? Is it I missed? Yeah. What instrument are you looking forward to learning the most at Bexleyheath Academy? So rather than a question, that's your own preference, isn't it? What are you looking forward to? The djembe drum, the keyboard, or the ukulele? And I think Molly will be writing ukulele. Am I right, Molly? I think so. Well, she might say, no, I'm already good at the ukulele. I'm looking forward to learning something new. And that would be absolutely fine. Molly says ukulele, banjo, keyboard. Yeah, that was from earlier. Sorry, Molly. That was from earlier, wasn't it? I didn't know, Molly, that you were from, you are from Hillgrove Primary School. Is that right? Yes. So is Bannockburn one of the primary schools then?
So what primary school was that?
Have the children's names on Sligo got their name of their school there as well?
That's correct.
Because one of the students was called William Bannockburn, but that is his surname rather than.
That's his primary school.
That is it. Sorry, it's his primary school. Okay. Bannockburn, Belmont, Timbercroft, Hillsgrove. Nice. Okay. Now, has anyone got
selection? It's a lovely selection of primary schools.
Nice selection, guys. Excellent. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of the session, Miss.
Okay, so whilst you're here, when you were talking, you used the word synthesize, okay? And you said how, correct me if I'm wrong, some notes, is that correct? Some notes are actually synthesized, so they're made.
I said, no, what it is a synthesizer is an electronic instrument where you use dials to create electronic sounds. So you're making the sound using electronics. Does that make sense?
Okay, well, if I was using a drum.
So if you're using a drum, it's not synthesized. No. So you can't, the only way you can control the sound of the drum is how hard you hit it and where you hit it. Whereas a synthesizer, being a scientist, Miss, you use frequencies. You change the frequency.
You use your pitch and your frequency guide.
And funny enough, there's a guy on YouTube. Who used to program the synthesizers for Michael Jackson's albums, in particular Thriller. And he programmed, because a lot of Michael Jackson's music has synthesized bass lines. Rather than using an instrument, he used a synthesizer, and then they control what it sounds like using all these dials, which cuts out certain frequencies and waveforms. Yeah.
Makes
sense.
It's a
bit scientific, Miss. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's perfect for me because that made me understand it even better. And so that, hence the reason you made the reference to 70s and 80s music, because people started using technology to compose. I get it. I've learned something today, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Lovely. Right. Year 6, you know the drill. You know exactly what's going to happen now. We need to put our hands together and show sir some appreciation. So I want to see claps coming through the group. If I knew how to get the emoji for claps, I will be giving so many claps right now, but
I'm not getting claps, Miss.
Sorry.
They need my email address to send their answers to.
Yes, I'm going to type that up. I'm going to type that up and share it so everybody can then see it.
Molly Brooks says, how do you know I love the ukulele so much? Because I can tell Molly, the love is coming through for your ukulele through your posts. You clearly love the ukulele. You've said the word ukulele a lot online. You've typed it a lot. Michael's looking forward to the keyboard, which is nice. Nice. Go ukulele from Isla there. Nice. Yeah, all good. Guys, thank you for your enthusiasm today and your energy. Miss wasn't lying to me. She said these guys are full of energy and full of determination and perseverance. Loving it. Yeah, all the claps are coming through now, miss. Yeah. This is making me feel good now, guys. It's making me emotional, guys. I'm going to have to cry now, you guys. Oh, this is nice. Yeah. Yes, very nice. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Right, so across the screen, you have got plenty of time to write it down and write it down properly. It's Sir's email address. And obviously all the work that you send over to Sir, not only is Sir going to literally go through every single one of them, he's going to share that with Mr. Muse, who's going to then do what? Select as many as we can, and we can showcase that in a week and a bit's time.
What
so
we'll do, first, second, and third, Nish. We'll do a first, second, and third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all the other ones that made effort.
Yes,
we can
absolutely.
do a collage of all the different pieces that we got, and then we can do I like that idea. Love it. Yeah, so that's Sir's email address. So s.yates@bexterheathacademy.org. Okay, yes, 6, you have got less than 5 minutes to ask Sir questions about music. And Sir, there was a comment on there. I'm going to go back and find it. It was the best I have seen so far. I have seen some amazing comments, but this right here, feedback. So if this feedback was your appraisal, oh my goodness, I don't think the trust will be able to afford you. Where did he go? Where did he go? Okay, so it was from Ruby and Grace from Belmont Academy. So excited to come to BA. I can't wait to go to secondary school and meet new friends and learn new instruments and songs. So excited. I can't wait to get back into music. How amazing.
Nice. You should be excited, guys. Absolutely. Yeah. It's an amazing, it's a new school, new people. But, you know, new chapter in your lives. But, yeah, you should be excited about your learning and what you're going to be doing. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
And honestly, you were all so amazing as always. And Sir, like Sir said, I knew you were going to come on here and I knew you were going to bring the energy, because you bring the energy, yes, 6. Every single session, you come in here with pockets full of energy. And this is bearing in mind that you've had a whole full day of school. This is amazing. It just shows how enthusiastic you are. And every time I talk to the teacher and they ask me about, oh, what are the year 6 like? I tell them how enthusiastic you are. They are all looking forward to September. Yeah. If you've got any questions, ladies and gents, let's get them into the chat window and do so now. Oh, I'm seeing all the claps. Oh my God, there's so many claps.
Go Grace and Ruby.
Yeah.
From Isla there. So
Molly can't wait either. Okay, Sienna's going. Right, people are starting to say bye. Right, if there are no more questions in 10, I'll make it a minute. We can then bring the session to a close. Yeah. Yeah, so it's been an amazing session. It's been so amazing.
Bye, you guys.
So we've all got Sir's email. We've all got Sir's email. It's on the screen. Is there an emoji to wave by as well?
I don't know how you do that. Can I do something on there?
Oh, Isla's already looking forward to the next club. Who knows what the next club event is going to be? Let's see, the first one to get in the chat window. Bye, Anonymous. What's the next club going to be? So the next club, because obviously we've all got half term. So the next club is not going to be next week, Wednesday, because you're all going to be away, enjoying your half term break. The next club is going to be on the 7th. Okay. Okay, so I think we can bring today's session to an end. Thank you all, year 6. And if there were any parents watching, I hope, just like myself, you've learned a lot today. And I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Year 6, I look forward to seeing you all back here at 5 o'clock on the 7th of June. And for myself and Mr. Yates, it's bye from both of us.
Bye.
Enjoy your half term.